Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we will meet a new lawyer and they will share stories of when they went beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samalin. I'm the principal of Samalin Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, their firms, and their clients. And let's applaud Lawyers Who Care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Todd Stanton. He is the principal and founder of Stanton Law in Atlanta, Georgia. And Todd's practice is focused on a broad range of business and employment law matters. Welcome, Todd.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me very much.
So, Todd, tell us what brought you to the law.
It's a love story, quite honestly. I was dating a young woman in the late 90s who had the best job that any of us in our friend group could imagine. She had a pager and connected to the internet. And I was running around coaching baseball and repping manufacturers for Home Depot. She quit that job to go back to business school. And I recognized that if I was going to continue to be attractive to her, because she certainly was attractive to me, I was going to have to increase my earning potential beyond where it was. We arranged that for me to go to law school after she finished with business school. So a little bit of finance driven, a little bit of romance, but that's what ended up happening.
And so you get through law school, and of all the choices of the type of law you want to practice, how did you land where you are now?
Out of fear. I went to law school with a mindset that I was going to be running a major law firm pretty soon. I was way too cocky, had way overestimated my ability to succeed in that academic environment after 5 years of playing around after undergrad. I got my first year grades. They were pedestrian at best. I had done well in an employment law course, and I immediately pivoted, and instead of writing letters to big firms and saying, trying to explain my grades away, I started writing saying, don't look at those rather modest grades. Look at my course load that I'm taking in employment law. Look at my focus and how the effort that I'm making to become a specialist. And that worked. I got a job with what is now a national labor and employment boutique, Fisher Phillips, straight out of school. So it was focusing on something that interested me, but more out of fear for what they would see if they looked at the general proposition, not the specific elements of it.
And the writing component, was that something that you enjoyed? Was it the repartee that you like to have? What was the part that you liked most?
I think I'm a good writer. I mean, one of the things we can talk about in a minute is the book we just published, the 95% Rule. I enjoy the creative writing parts of it. I enjoy the correspondence and the more strategic writing than I do the tactical writing, the brief writing and the memo writing. That never really appealed to me. And in my experience, we're going to do the things we like doing a lot better than we do the things that we're compelled to do.
So this opportunity for a book comes along, and how did that come to be, and how did it get completed?
It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. That's for damn sure. But I'm a member of a professional services mastermind called Collective 54, which has been a great experience. And they, among the other members, is a publisher, Michelle Prince with Performance Publishing. Although she just sold, I can't remember the current name of her current new company. In any event, they advocate for the distinction of publishing a title. I had been giving a presentation called the Employment Law Axioms, 29 Things That Are True in Employment Law. I've been doing this for a decade plus as a business development tool. And what it's designed to do is to let employers know that there are certain things that are intractable in employment law. They are axiomatic. 5% of employees cause 95% of the problems. You're more likely to do something stupid after you drink 3 beers. Repeated employment law problems or management's failure. So all of these things that are just true, that the sooner that businesses accept them as true, they can spend time solving problems that they may stand a chance to get around. So that was a natural inclination to put down in 29, 30 chapters these things that are undeniable in the employment law world, and give the employers that we're trying to help a resource to see the way that I think about the problems.
So how does one go about writing a book? other than encouragement from the group, what's the title? Group
It's
54?
the 95. The name of the group is Collective 54. 54
Collective
is the NACIS code for professional services groups. And Greg Alexander focuses on professional services boutiques for this particular mastermind. But the process for the book was to, first of all, you generate the idea, and then you kind of do some early customer research to figure out whether there's an audience for the book. And both of these things, we knew that was going to be the case. I was fortunate enough that I had started to serialize these axioms on LinkedIn over the course of several months. So when I sat down to write, I probably already had, I don't know, I think the number was like 13,000 words covering about 20 of the axioms, maybe 18 of the axioms. So it was really building out, fleshing out those thoughts even more, transcribing some of the presentations that I give around them, and then adding in the other axioms that I just hadn't gotten around to serializing. So when I started sitting down to write in early January of 2025, I thought I was more than halfway there. It took probably and my goal was to finish it in 3 months. And it took about 6 months to finish the writing. And then to my surprise, I guess, that's really the beginning of it. The editing process and the honing it in and taking that, what was truly a manuscript, and continuing to iterate with the editor's help or the writing coach's help or the publisher's help. We ended up finishing it in probably end of August, and then it was released in the middle of September. So we're pretty proud of the way that it's gone. We reached Amazon bestseller status within the first week. The publishing game is interesting about how that works, which is a whole nother podcast for you. But nevertheless, it's been received well, and it's been a fun month as we promote the book and come on shows like yours in order to let people know that they can go get it.
Oh, that's wonderful. And what is so biz dev is certainly one component of that. But these 29 components, do people pay attention to them?
I sure hope so. I mean, if they don't, they're going to figure them out one way or the other. I mean, I'm giving them a cheat sheet for it, right?
Right.
You're
basically telling them the stove is hot. Don't put your hand on it.
Yes. I mean, and quite honestly, one of the subtitles to the book is a field guide to not losing your mind and not making your lawyer rich. And so if people would pay attention to these things, the checks that they write to me or to their lawyer are going to be smaller than they would be otherwise. I'm not hiding the ball when it comes to these things. Yeah. There's a certain element of laziness too. I wouldn't say the majority. A lot of my time is spent arguing with clients about why these employment laws apply to them and why I understand that they're unfair. But this is the hand you've been dealt. These are the cards you've got. Let's move forward productively, understanding what the landscape looks like and not waste our time on the things we can't change. The book is in many ways a ode to the serenity prayer from Alcoholics Anonymous, right? To change the things you can, and with serenity to accept, and then the wisdom to know the difference. Yeah.
So Todd, if we were going to, as we wrap up here, if you're going to leave the listeners with one takeaway, what would that be?
Focus on the right problem. A lot of my time is spent helping people argue with folks that they wanted to fire in the first place, or who they did fire in the first place. And instead of wasting all of this emotional energy and financial resources and productive time on somebody you wanted gone, focus on the people who are coming to work and making you money and going home and getting their paycheck. Those are the people, the 95%, the title of the book, is what we should be, as business owners and as lawyers, should be focused on. Focus on the good parts of this, and the bad parts need to be put to bed as quickly as possible. Yeah. I see too many people focused on the wrong side of that problem.
And the name of the book, and where can they get it?
It's the 95% rule, 29 employment law axioms for execs, owners, and HR. It's available on Amazon, or if you reach out to me on the web, we'll send it to you for wholesale cost. But the purpose isn't to get rich off of books. It's to get the message out there.
Amen. So I'd like to thank my guest, Todd Stanton of Stanton Law. Todd, can you provide our audience with your contact information?
Sure. The easiest way to get us is www.stantonlawllc.com. I'm pretty active on LinkedIn. Come follow me there. We post about once or twice a week. It's some pretty good content. So either one of those, be happy to connect in any other way.
Beautiful. This has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And if you know an attorney who does, feel free to reach out to us at 914-666-6600. Todd, thanks so much for joining the show, and good luck with the book.
I appreciate it very much. Thanks for the opportunity.